Episode 201, Study Session 2, Social Worker. Introduction. It is necessary to spell out clearly who truly is a social worker. It is also necessary to recognize who social workers are and what is expected of them. This study session will discuss who a social worker is. The social worker is recognized by his or her ethical duties and obligations and ethical responsibilities. Learning outcomes. When you have studied this session, you should be able to explain who a social worker is. Meaning of a social worker. The social worker international organizations such as International Federation of Social Work, IFSW Geneva, National Association of Social Workers, NASW USA, Canadian Association of Social Workers, and General Social Care Council, GSCC UK, have all agreed to this fact that 1. A social worker is one who maintains the best interest of the client as a primary professional obligation. 2. A social worker is one who carries out his or her professional duties and obligations with integrity and objectivity. 3. A social worker is one who has and maintains competence in the provision of a social work service, that is, medical or family social service, to a client. 4. A social worker is one who does not exploit the relationship with a client for personal benefits, gains, or gratification. 5. A social worker is one who protects the confidentiality of all information acquired from the client or others regarding the client and the client's family during the professional relationship, unless a. the client authorizes in writing the release of specified information, b. the information is released under the authority of a statute or an order of a court of competent jurisdiction. 6. A social worker is one who does not allow other interests of his to affect the social relationship with the client. 7. A social worker is one who promotes excellence in the social work profession. 8. A social worker is one who advocates change in the best interest of the client and for the overall benefit of society, the environment, and the global community. Kirst Ashman and Hall, 2002. It is required that a social worker must observe a dress code that is culturally acceptable, which makes a positive impression to the clients, colleagues, supervisor, and society. Usually, a social worker dresses nicely and relatively conservatively. What this means is left to individual interpretation, but it must be taken into cognizance how other social workers in agency dress, because each agency has its own personality. Some agencies are formal, while others are informal. In any case, a social worker is a counselor, providing guidance to clients and assisting them in a planned change or problem-solving process. An educator, giving information and teaching clients patient skills in managing problems. A broker who links clients with resources. A social worker is also a case manager who coordinates needed services provided by the agencies to help clients. A mobilizer who identifies and convenes community people to source for and utilize resources for their well-being. A mediator who resolves arguments and disagreements. Finally, a social worker is a facilitator who guides a group experience and an advocate who steps forward and speaks out on the behalf of clients. Study session summary. In this study session, you learned that a social worker is someone who maintains the best interest of the client as the primary professional obligation, carries out his or her duties with integrity and objectivity, does not exploit relationship with client for personal benefit or gains. He or she protects the confidentiality of all information acquired from clients, protects and promotes excellence in the profession, and advocates change in the best interest of the clients. End of study session 2. Thank you for listening.